So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I'll give you a second to meditate on it, tap into your intuition, see into what pile feels best for you, and then whenever you are ready, there are timestamps down below and also pinned in the comments so that you can skip ahead to whatever pile you are feeling most called to. And I will see you later. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile ones. Let's get started for you. All right, so we are going to start you off with like, what is the theme of February that's coming your way? What's going on? Okay, so you have got, you are perfectly beautiful. Okay, I do feel like this is, hold on, there's like something all over my desk. My cat was up here because I'm pretty sure that's like little dirt from her little paws. You are perfectly beautiful is your theme for October. What am I saying? This is your theme for February. I feel like I should just start again, but you know what? This is your theme from February, and I actually sort of get that maybe this is something that you've been like actively working on since October, of just really coming into like self-acceptance with your body. Yeah, nourish yourself. Really coming to like self-acceptance with your body. If you have any like chronic illnesses or anything going on in your life that maybe you're sort of like, well, why is this happening? Or like just stuff that you're no longer willing to put up with is what I just heard, is stuff that you're no longer willing to put up with. You've been making this like active effort to change the story that you've been living, and creating this new identity and this new reality for yourself where you love yourself completely and you realize that you are perfectly beautiful in all the many phases that you are in. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay, that's like way too many. We're not doing that. And it's just like, yeah, there's just, I feel like for so many of you, you've been really, really looking at, like loving yourself and appreciating yourself and valuing, what you would perceive as like imperfections. You've really been coming into your own of, yeah, like embracing your power. I love that. Embracing your power, coming into your own of realizing that anything that you think is like too much for something, or like you're like, oh, like I have these stretch marks, or I have these scars, or I'm getting the sense for some of you like maybe you've had like surgery or something and you have like these scars that you're like, you don't find them beautiful and you've really, really hated them, but now you're looking at them in this new light. Now you're realizing like, no, like these scars saved me. That surgery saved me, or that illness put me on a new path, or like you're beginning to realize that everything has, oh my God, you guys just want all the cards today. This is like, yeah, I'm just gonna give you a bunch of these. You've got forgive, you've got make magic. Oh my God, I'm not taking all the ones on the floor. There's like a giant pile on the floor, and I'm like, we will get to, okay, you know what, I'm just going to show you these, but I'm not going to lay them down, otherwise it'll just be so hectic. But you've got be brave, flirt, meditate, dance, ask for help, write it out, tap it out, and turn off your phone, okay? Yeah, if I put these down, it'll be like the entire table, but we're just going to sort of like tuck them off to the side there in case I do want to look at those again. But yeah, this forgive here as well, like this do nothing, this forgive, it's talking about how like you're beginning to recognize in February and really, again, come into your own, embrace your own power, be comfortable in your own skin, and you're now looking at yourself as this beautiful, beautiful, the amazing infinite being that you are, instead of hating this human body. You're really shifting from this mentality of seeing your human body as a prison and allowing yourself to move into this is gift, like this gift of it, the making magic. All this forgiveness is coming from you forgiving your body for anywhere that you perceive hardships or hurt, or anywhere that you have been hurt by your body, like anywhere that your body has hurt you, or you've hurt your body. I feel like for some of you, you've pushed your body to burnout and to sickness and to illness because you were just trying to like get ahead and do the things and be everything for everyone. And now you're no longer doing that. You're no longer sacrificing yourself or your health for anyone else. And again, this is feeding into this you beginning to recognize how beautiful and stunning you are inside and out, not just like outer body, but like, and not just inner body too. It's this like whole complete being of how amazingly beautiful you and your soul are. I do get the sense that there is some forgiveness work here, and it goes both ways. So it could be like you forgiving other people forgiving you. It could be you forgiving your body, and then also your body forgiving you. If you do not know about the Ho'oponopono, or Ho'oponopono, it's a fabulous forgiveness technique. You can journal it. You can say it to in the mirror. You can say it out loud. You can say it in your head. It's super, super simple, but it's, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I forgive you. I love you. Thank you. And you can do that for yourself, for other people, for things, for objects, for situations, for whatever you need to do. There's a fantastic book by Joe Vitale called Zero Limits that talks all about the Ho'oponopono. So if you are looking for more research or more information on that, I do recommend that. But really all you have to say is I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you, and I forgive you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I forgive you, I love you, thank you. Really, really beautiful, really, really powerful. And this is, the forgive is right across from the make magic, and I think that that's a really cool way that wanted to be laid out. Because if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I don't do specific layouts for these types of readings. The cards just go where they want to go, and I've never done anything sort of like this. And it's just like, I'm like, this is really cool, and I like how they're sort of like complementing each other on either side. So with the forgive and the make magic, I do feel that once you forgive and you let go of those old belief systems, or the things that are holding you back, the old stories, how people have wronged you, or how you have been wronged, or just different things in your life that you need to forgive. Once you let go of that and forgive, it's going to make magic happen in your life. It's really, really, really going to make magic happen in your life. And same thing over here with the embrace your power and the do nothing. There's not necessarily something extra that you have to go off and do. It's not as if you need to like become better or more, go out and exercise more, or do anything. You don't really have to do anything extra right now, is what this is telling me. It's sort of like do nothing, in the sense of like just allow your body to recover, to recuperate, to restore, to rejuvenate. Just give your body that time to do what your body needs to do, instead of you trying to tell your body what it needs to do. Like, obviously nourish yourself, feed yourself healthy food, move your body if you can every day, but nothing where you're killing yourself, or you're doing it trying to achieve some outcome or goal, other than just loving and respecting your body and giving it what your body asks for, is what I'm really, really getting for you. And in this do nothing too, it's sort of this like, remember to take time for yourself when you do need it. And in the doing nothing is where you are also going to be embracing your power and bringing that power up, realizing that you are worthy even if you do absolutely nothing. This might also be, I've been talking a lot about the body because that's what was coming through, but I just also got this might also be like productivity levels. If you're like constantly trying to like do a million things, and you're in school or you're taking courses, but you're also working, but you're also taking care of your family or your friends or your relationships or just yourself, and like whatever it is, like your mental health, spiritual health, whatever, and you're trying to do all the things, you're trying to do absolutely everything, and you're getting burnt out. And it's like realizing that even if you get nothing done, you are still worthy. You are still powerful. You are still brilliant. You are still beautiful. And again, this is not about just like your physical looks. This is about you as like an infinite being. And then you've also got planned something exciting. I do feel like some of your ways to nourish yourself, not just with like good food and good company and good energy, but like plan some stuff, go for some walks, or plan something that excites you. If you're able to like go out and visit something new, go to a place that you've never been to, drive to a town that you've never experienced, do something that brings you joy. Or like the other day I went out with a friend of mine, and we found a hill, and we just like went to the store, picked up like a $3 little like toboggan, and we went tobogganing, and it was super, super fun. Because I do live in Canada, and we are in a winter wonderland right now. But yeah, like plan something that excites you, plan something that brings you joy. And even if it's like far off in the future, like let's say like wherever you are, if it's winter right now and you're like, oh, I don't really like winter, I don't really want to do anything in winter, plan something for the spring, plan something for the summer, plan like, I'm also hearing for some of you, plan a photo shoot, because I feel like some of you, again, this is going back to this beautiful card here, but like you don't see how infinitely beautiful you are. and going and getting someone else to photograph you will actually make you realize and see yourself in a whole new light, which you're sort of asking is to see yourself in this whole new light. Let's see what else is going on. What else is going on? All right, February. What is going on in... Okay, cool. So you've got 7th house, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partners. Okay, yeah. So there's also something going on with your relationships here. And I do feel like for some of you, this is like a new relationship, but this is also, again, that relationship to yourself. But I am really, really hearing that if you have been searching for something, or you've been looking for that sort of like that outside of you relationship, like that partner, that lover, or even for some of you friends, I do feel like especially with like all the people in this card, it's sort of like this message of like a lot of people coming together and building friendships. But again, the romantic relationship just keeps like, if you're looking for a romantic relationship, be open to it happening in February, because I definitely feel like it's there. Yeah, I am ready to step into my divine spotlight, okay? Like I said, for some of you, I feel like some of you have really, really been working on yourself recently. And like, yeah, maybe that's why you're like planning a photo shoot or doing something like that, because you've been embracing who you are. You've been embracing the skin that you're in, and you're ready to step into that spotlight. You're ready to step into that relationship. You're ready to open up your heart and let people into your life. You're no longer hiding in the shadows, which I think is so funny, because like we have like the light peeking through here in the shadows, and I'm just like, yeah, like you're so ready. Like, I am ready to step into my divine spotlight. And then you got bad bitches do whatever the fuck they want. Yeah, so this is also part of this, like, this energy of the plan something exciting and the do nothing. It's like you get to do whatever you want. You don't have to be controlled by other people's expectations anymore, and you don't have to do something just because someone else is doing it. Like, February is the time for you to really just, like, do what you want to do. Like, do what you want to do. Like, be who you want to be. Yeah, I'm a hot, high vibe, funny. Honey, you have really become very, very aware of your power in, I'm going to say since October, because that's what I'm hearing. Yeah, I am making my whole life beautiful. Okay, yeah, this is literally, like, this is it. This is everything that we talked about. Like, you're working on all areas of your life, and everything is falling together in these ways that you've never really allowed yourself to experience before. But you're sort of like, you've put your foot down. You're like, I deserve more. I am worthy of more. And again, even if I do nothing, I am still worthy of everything that I am asking for. And now I'm not saying, like, just sit on your couch all day and, like, expect everything to show up. But I think that you also know that. You're out there actively doing things to move you forward, to get what you want in life, to bring you the type of energy that you're looking for, the romantic relationships that you're looking for. Like, and it's not just like relationships, like the word, like, profound. It's like, yeah, like you're coming into that, like that divine harmony, like that unity, that love, that like really, really beautiful intimacy. But I'm also hearing it's not just romantic. It's fun and friendship. It's like coworkers, it's clients, it's career. It's like you're building these like foundational systems of connection that is just going to be so freaking amazing. You've also got, I create my own magic. Baby, you the baddest. And make your vision so clear that success is inevitable, okay? This is like, yeah, hold on, we're just gonna like pop that over you guys. I don't know why, but I feel like popping it over. Yeah, this is like this is something else too. This is where the plan something exciting, which makes sense that wanted me to put the card there because it wanted me to draw that connection. This is part of that plan something exciting, is making your vision so clear that the universe, God, source, your own divine being has no choice but to make it show up, because it's so clear, it's so there, you have it all. Like, you're like, yep, this is what's happening. And you don't need to have the how. You don't need to have the, like, I'm going to take 5 steps here and 2 steps to the left and 3 steps to the right and jump in a puddle and then we're going to get there. It's like, just know where you want to end up. Know where your final result is. Know what the end goal is. Know what it feels like to have that. Start feeling that now. Bring that into the present. Do things every single day that moves you forward to that. I keep going back to this forgive card. There is some stuff you guys have got to forgive, and maybe part of it is that you didn't start sooner. I think there's also this, I don't think, I'm hearing, and I know, and the vibes that I'm getting is that there is this level of self-anger at yourself for not loving yourself earlier, and you need to forgive that, okay? Stop looking at the past, stop thinking that you can change it, just keep moving forward with the future and make all the changes that you wanted in the past, make them now, start implementing them in the everyday now as you move through them, because yeah, there's no use, or there's no benefit to you dwelling in the past. Like it's that let go and release it, allow yourself to like spread your wings and fly and grow bigger, and forgiveness is how you get there. The more fun I have, the more money I make. Yes. Okay. This is, again, this plan something exciting. Like, have fun. I challenge you, and your soul challenges you, because your soul is the one who just told me, but like every single month, starting in February, plan something exciting, plan something fun, and go do it. And then plan 2 things a month, and then 3 things a month, and then suddenly like your entire month will be full of fun things. But like every single month, at least one thing that's exciting, one thing that's new, one thing that you've like always wanted to do, or just like something that's fun. I'm an irresistible match for all that I am seeking. Oh my gosh, yes you are. Yeah, you are an irresistible match for all that you are seeking. But again, this goes back into this, like, get really, really clear on what you're seeking, because the thing is sometimes I feel like you get stuck in the old, which is where the forgive has to come through. And so sometimes you're bringing forward those old lessons to be like, do you really need to learn this again? Do you really need to learn this again? And you're sort of going like, oh my God, why is this popping back up again? It's like, just forgive it and allow yourself to release and learn that lesson. Like, you can literally say like, I forgive this situation. I forgive all of those involved. I forgive every role that I have played or anyone else has played in this situation, in this feeling, in this memory, in this like root cause. And I keep all the positive learnings, and I let go, and I heal from it, and I move forward, or something like that. Okay. Yeah. And like you got, I am a rich bitch. Okay. So this is definitely moving you into the this vision that you're moving forward to. Yeah, money is flying into you with little tiny wings. Bottom of the deck, you've got my bank account keeps getting fatter and fatter, and yes, it does. And again, this is really bringing in and realizing that you have been settling for so long, and you are allowed to have more than you've ever had before. Oh, that just flew onto the ground. Hold on. Okay. So you've got anger. And you've got majesty, okay? I love also how those came out, because it's just like, this is where you're moving from this. Look at where you're angry. Look at where you need to forgive some things. Look at where you're like, look at where your anger at the past is holding you back. And where if you step into your majesty, if you step into this making magic, if you move through the anger and the forgive and the anger and allow it to release, you are going to be making that magic, and you are going to be stepping into that majesty of that energy of oh my God, what is with this pile and a million cards? I would think I would be doing a personal reading on myself with the amount of cards that are flying out right now. Okay, so yeah, you've got, we're losing the grid here, but that's okay. We've got guard, we've got attraction, we've got hate, we've got time, we've got conform, we've got imagine. You guys are just getting like a full reading here. I mean, like I always give full readings, but like you're getting a really full reading. Hunt and lead. Okay. What's going? Yeah, okay. So with this anger and this forgiveness, there is, some of it comes from this past self version of you that conformed to societal standards or family structures or generational patterns or systems that were in place, and you were very, very guarded. You were very, very kept in this energy of, yeah, like the hate and you weren't allowing yourself to move. You weren't allowing yourself to move the way that your body wanted you to move. You weren't allowing yourself to be the person that you wanted to be, because you were trying to fit in and conform into this old structure, which again, earlier I was saying that like there's like forgiving yourself for not doing this sooner, not being yourself sooner. And this is where this is coming in. Like, yeah, you kept your guard up. You like, you worked through it, even if you hated it, even if you didn't like it. but it was it was blocking your attractions. It was blocking the things that were coming in because you weren't being your authentic self. And now that you're being your authentic self, now that you're moving forward, now that you're allowing yourself to imagine what's possible, you're bringing in these relationships that you're looking for. You're giving yourself the time, you're giving yourself the energy, but you're almost sinking into this energy now of like, you're trying to like hunt down what you want because you feel like you've wasted so much time. But the thing is, instead of hunting it, it's moving into that attraction and that leadership, okay? That allowing yourself to be led where you need to go, allowing yourself to move through energy and let go of the forcing and move into the flow. And really, really, again, going back to that, releasing that anger, releasing that judgment, releasing the feeling of like, oh, I should have been doing it differently or something like that. Like, let yourself just be in this energy of like self-acceptance for all of you. And when I say self-acceptance for all of you, I'm like, even the areas where you made a mistake, even the areas where you like messed up or like maybe didn't like who you were, like that's okay. Like let yourself move through that energy. Let yourself off the hook for who you were in the past. Okay? The best behavior is like changed behavior or something, or like the best apology is changed behavior or something like that. And that's sort of what it is, but the apology is towards yourself. The changed behavior is for yourself. Yeah, okay. I'm like, I don't even know why I'm pulling cards at this point, because I'm just saying the same thing that keeps popping up, but that's okay. You've got the moon, okay? So yeah, this is definitely like, there's some unconscious work here that you need to be doing, like shadow work, forgiveness work. Again, I'm sorry that I'm a broken record with this forgiveness card that came out earlier, but really it's part of making your whole life beautiful. And I was just heard magical, and creating your own magic, and like all of this is coming from this inner work that you've been doing, but it's like you've got to keep doing it. And the forgiveness, oh, I don't know why the forgiveness is so huge, but like forgiveness is a magical word. And yeah, you've got the magician. So yeah, you've got the moon, you've got the magician. So once you deal with the subconscious, your manifestations will be flowing in like you have like a direct tap to the divine. You have a direct, like you have like Amazon Prime of manifestations here. I thought there was one. Did something? No? I thought something, sorry, I thought something flipped up in the middle of the deck, and I was like, where is it? I must have imagined it. Okay. So yeah, so this magician card is like, you have your manifestations unlocked. Like you've got it, like again, like that Amazon Prime type of vibe, like that same day shipping, next day shipping. Yeah, and this is like forgiveness work too about, there's some family stuff, okay? There's some family stuff, and also some like past from like you talking to your inner child. There's some stuff popping up here with letting other people help you bring in these manifestations, but also like healing your generations, healing your family line, healing stuff with I feel like healing maybe with like your parents or something like that. I'm also getting, this is not for all of you, but this could also sort of be a metaphor as well. But I'm getting very like transitioning energy. So like some of you might be trans, some of you might be transitioning, some of you might be like coming out to your families, with like your sexuality or your gender or just who you, even if it's not that, like it could, that same energy of like coming out is like, oh, hey, I'm spiritual, or like, oh, hey, I want to do this with my life, or like there's some energy of something really, really big for you that you're like stepping out into the world and being like, hey, this is my authentic self, this is my soul, this is who I am. I've been hiding it for so long because I was afraid of judgment and persecution and being ostracized from my family. But now I'm stepping forward, and this is like receiving that help, and also again going back and forgiving your inner child and working with your inner child and getting forgiveness from your inner child for it taking so long for you to step forward and be who you want to be. And this could be, again, this doesn't have to actually be like something with your sexuality or like your gender or anything like that, but it's that same sort of vibe. That's why I said it could also be sort of like a metaphor. Or some of you just being like, hey, I deserve better, and I'm going to start matching my energy to the better that I deserve. I'm going to start making the money that I deserve. I'm going to start having the health that I deserve. I'm going to start having the relationships that I deserve. Really, really bringing in that like, ooh, I thought the camera stopped working for a minute, and I was like, oh my God, I have to say all this again. But no, like it's your, I don't even know. Hold on. I had something and it whipped into my brain and then it whipped out of my brain just as quickly. Okay. So yeah, this is super cool too, because you got the Tower, but you got the Tower in reverse. So yeah, this is you're coming out of your dark night of the soul. This is your reemergence. This is your stepping into the spotlight. This is your, hold on, I'm going to stop this and start again because it's going to cut off. Okay. But this is really cool because this is where you're coming in with this, like, clearing out the subconscious, bringing in this magician energy. You've also got the High Priestess here. Like, again, you've got the unconscious and then, like, the unconscious, but from a place of, this is like a place of the unconscious of, like, going in and seeing what you haven't seen before. This is your unconscious, but, like, in a higher self sort of aspect. This is, like, your divine wisdom. This is your infinite knowledge. This is, like, bringing it in and being able to work with it, where this is, like, revealing all of your secrets. And not that you're going to be, like, revealing your secrets to other people, but, like, you're revealing your secrets to yourself. You're realizing the things that you haven't allowed yourself to look at before. And this is bringing in that energy of you being able to use what you've learned in your unconscious and what you've learned in the world and just what you've learned in general, just all that knowledge and all that wisdom that you're carrying in your soul, in your being, in your memory system, and bringing that forward in a way that works for you and also supports all of your manifestations. And you're coming out of your dark night of the soul. You are coming out of your dark night of the soul with this Tower reversed. It's ending. Your dark night of the soul is ending. That moment where everything went to freaking shit is coming to a close. And again, you had to be thrown out of your comfort zone. You literally had to be, like, drop kicked off of the timeline that you were on to go on to the timeline that you are now on. Because this timeline that you are now on is going to be this energy of, like, I'm like, everything's working. You're still going to have those moments of struggle. You're still going to have those moments of, and I'm correcting that. It's not struggle. It's moments of growth. You're still going to have those moments of growth, but they're now going to be supported. You are now going to be supported in that growth, again, to create create your own magic, to make your life beautiful. So it's like, yeah, like this is really bringing in this High Priestess, and you're listening to your intuition. And because you're now listening to your intuition, you can heal that inner child energy. You can heal those shadows. You can heal those unconscious patterns, which is bringing in everything that we've been talking about of, like, this moving forward, this accepting yourself, this forgiving yourself. Because yeah, you're no longer conforming and following the rules of everybody else that they had set before you. You're now being like, hey, I'm my own person. I'm going to do this my own way. And you're really, really stepping into that High Priestess energy. Okay, final closing message. Ace of Wands. Okay, yeah, so this is very much, we're just going to pop you over here for fun. This is very, very much, we don't like you over there. We're going to cover up the Tower because you're leaving. Oh my God, I love that. We're covering up the Tower because your dark night of the soul is over. So we're covering up the Tower with the Ace of Wands, and I just feel like that feels really good. This is like a new, like, again, you're starting this new beginning. You're starting these new creative projects. You're starting, like, it's all starting brand new for you in February. If you're, like, ever like, I don't know, like, I feel like everything's the same. Nothing's the same. Stop thinking it's the same. Everything is changing, okay? Everything is changing. And yeah, this is very much, like, I feel like you're starting new projects, you're starting new careers, you're starting new relationships. Like, I know that this isn't a cups energy, but because we have relationships down here, like, this is, like, it really is this brand new chapter for you. And it's a new chapter of bringing in that fire that's deep inside of you, bringing forward the things that, like, light your soul on fire, the things that cause you to have an inner spark. Like, we had anger down here, remember, with the forgive? And it's like, you're no longer using your anger to tear yourself apart. You are now using your anger to create change and to create new projects and to create something different in your life. You're using it as fuel instead of like plowing over things or like burning things to the ground. You're no longer doing that. You're now using that fire as like fuel to bring you forward, like that activation energy that you've been looking for. And you're using that with manifestations, healing your inner child, working with, like, people who support you. And again, with that intuition from that High Priestess. Alrighty, anything else? Just for funsies. I don't know why I'm saying funsies, but funsies. Because remember how these had all popped out and we had gone, like, at the beginning and we had given you, like, we'd shown them to you. I'm showing them to you again because I feel like they're coming forward again. So, be brave. Flirt. Remember, relationships. Meditate. healing, inner child, all that. Tapping into intuition, meditation is amazing for that. Dance, same thing. Dance and meditation for me go hand in hand. Ask for help, 6 of Cups. We talked about that. Ask for help. Remember, allow yourself to receive that help as well. Okay, write it out, journal it. Affirmations, we gave you a couple in here. Also clearing work, like clear yourself up, write your forgiveness, the Ho'oponopono, all of that. Tap it out. EFT, okay? Tap it out. You can also literally just like tap on your third eye or your heart chakra or like anything like that with like your affirmations or your clearings or your forgiveness. Like just tap it out, tap it out, tap it out. And turn off your phone, okay? Get off your phone a little bit because I do feel like some of you are a little... Just get off your phone. It came up there, and so yeah, just get off your phone if it needs to be. All right, that was everything. I would love it so much if you followed, subscribed, just followed along, dropped a comment down below if this resonated, what you're gonna do, how your month goes, if this like, yeah, just I love hearing from you. I love building the community. I love talking with all of you. So comment, all that kind of stuff. I will see you later. And if you think someone else could benefit from this reading, feel free to share it with them because we love to share. Okay, mwah, I love you. Bye. Hello, my pile twos. Thank you so much for coming, for watching. Let's get into your reading for what is happening for you in February. All right, so your theme of the month is create your own happiness. I love this. I also just want to like bring that up a little closer because that's just such a stunning card. We've got the moon, we've got the moon cycles, we've got the stars. I just feel like this is a very similar message than to pile 1, but I feel like the way that we're getting to the message or like the way that you're going about your journey is different than pile 1's, which is why a similar message or theme is coming forward, but because like the way you're getting there is different. Because I feel like this is about embracing all sides of yourself, all phases of who you are as a human being. This is about bringing in, realizing that you are in the ebb and the flow and you are constantly changing, constantly evolving, constantly like rolling with how life is going and no longer judging I feel like I just said this message, but no longer judging yourself for being who you are. And you've got, I am making my heart happy. Yeah, so this is like, create your own happiness. I'm making my heart happy and I fucking love my life. Okay, this is like, yeah, I actually sort of feel like you've already embraced this, realizing that you are a cyclical being, realize that you function in cycles, realizing that you evolve and roll with the moon phases and how things are changing, and you're beginning to realize how to work with that. You're really, really beginning to work with the cycles. Also, if you're female, or if you have, like a feminine reproductive system, if you have a period, it's essentially what I'm saying. You are beginning to realize that if you work with your cycle, you can really, really support yourself. You have the power to illuminate the world. Yes, you do. And we've got the moon illuminating things. Cosmic babe, you are capable of so much. Okay. Yeah, this is like you are just beginning to scratch the surface of who you are. More? Okay, we're putting this card deck down because that's a lot from this one, but that's okay. You are just beginning to realize how powerful you are. You are just beginning to realize, yeah, I am destined for dopeness or greatness, depending on what you want to say. I am becoming who I was born to be. Yeah, this is very much the energy of this. This is like, I'm like, okay, reading's over. But this is this is like you are creating your own energy. You are realizing how capable you are, how powerful you are. And you're no longer letting anything or anyone, including yourself, stand in your way. You are sitting back and receiving. You are like receiving those light codes. You are opening up to the moon cycles. You are like, I'm here. I'm powerful. Like, it's almost like bow down type of energy. Like you're really, really coming, yeah, like becoming who you were born to be, and you're no longer playing small anymore. Yeah, you've got to allow the feelings. So this is the other thing too, is you're coming into this energy of like no longer judging yourself when you feel anything. This is going back to realizing that we are cyclical beings, that we have ebbs and flows and cycles of moving and shifting. And it's like you're allowing the feelings. When you're happy, you're happy. When you're sad, you're sad. You're no longer judging yourself, or saying that like, oh, I can't feel that, I can't experience that, I can't whatever. Like you're like, yeah, I'm feeling really upset right now. I'm feeling really stressed right now. I'm feeling really freaking happy right now. Like, you're letting yourself feel the feelings that you are feeling, and you're being brave about it. This is taking a level of bravery and strength that I don't think you realized you had in the past. You didn't know. Yeah, and you've also got be silly. So you're not taking yourself too seriously either. You're kind of like, you know what? I'm just going to keep doing me. I'm just going to keep becoming who I am and who I was born to be. And part of that is being silly. Part of that is being brave. You're going into this, just letting yourself unravel and unfold as you will. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you almost sort of have this mantra happening right now. That's like, just breathe. Just breathe. I'll just breathe through it. I'll allow the feeling. I'll breathe through it. I'll be brave. I'll be silly. In the moments where you need a little bit more strength, you can pull on that strength. In those moments where you need to take a break, you're being silly. You're taking a break. But through it all, you're just allowing yourself, again, to have that ebb and that flow, to have that, like, moving with your own inner natural cycles, moving with that, the way that your body wants to move, the way that your energy wants to move, the way that you just want to be existing and breathing and loving in all the many facets of who you are. Okay, where is this affecting you? What's going on? What's happening? You've got grow and expand, okay? You've also got Jupiter. So yeah, there's a lot of... There's like, there's this energy of like, I feel like you're finally, there's sort of this level of like, you're also realizing that you don't have to do it all alone. You are realizing that you can rely on other people. And yeah, and this is so funny. Yeah, you've got, Saturn. So, feel restricted, experience struggle, learn how to work hard, and patience. But we've also with that, does that fit there? Can I make this fit here? But also with the Saturn here, there's a lot of knowledge in that. You're beginning to like move out of this energy of like, I have to do it all by myself. And you're moving into this energy of being supported, of being like, no longer feeling like you have to do it all your own. And part of that is realizing that you create your own happiness. Okay. There's also this energy of like letting go of where in the past you sort of had to do it all by yourself, or maybe there was like relationships that you were holding on to and they were just making more work for you. They were just making you, they weren't making you happy, and you've actually like cut off or like put up your boundaries or like shifted things in your life so that you're no longer being affected by these people that are hurting you. And yeah, you've just got destined to release. So yeah, this energy that I was just talking about here, it is definitely letting those releases come through. It's definitely having that release of letting go of the things that are not serving you, that are not bringing you joy, that are not bringing you happiness, that are like the things that were stopping you from being you. You've sort of been like you've cut them off. You're kind of like, okay, bye. Thank you so much for contributing, but I'm no longer putting up with this behavior. So like, I'm leaving. I'm done. Thank you. It's literally, it's what you're releasing. You're releasing all of this, like the hard work, there's almost this like level of like authority that I feel like you're letting go of, but also like you're bringing in this new feeling of like allowing yourself to have this exploration, have this like adventure, have this like, you're searching for these new meanings. Again, you're searching for what makes you happy with this grow and expand over here with this Jupiter energy. Like you're not, you're really seeking to find out like what you actually believe in, like what is actually true for me, and then you're releasing anything that's not actually true for you. And this is part of that. Yeah, like you're making your life the way that you want your life to be, because this is part of it. Like it's this energy of like you're suddenly seeing what needs to be released, and you're moving into like the destiny or the fate of where it's been going. And this is interesting because yeah, you've got the Four of Swords, and I'm like, yeah, so this is where some of this of like breathe, be silly, allow the feeling, all that kind of stuff is coming. Whoa, okay, hold on. Thank you. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. You've got Four of Swords and Four of Wands, and I love this, like 4-4. Because yeah, there's a little bit of this, like, you need not a timeout, but you do need a little bit of a break. You need to remember that you are allowed to pause, that you don't have to burn yourself out, that just because you're going through these huge shifts this month and really releasing anything that's no longer fitting in your life, you are allowed to sit down. You are allowed to take a break. You are allowed to say to people like, hey, I just need a minute. I need a day. I will get back to you on Monday. I'll get back to you after the weekend. I'm going to take some time to think about this. Like, let me check my schedule. Let me see if that works. Let me see how much more I can add to my plate. And sometimes you are totally allowed to say, in situations where it applies, I don't have the capacity to receive this right now. I don't have the capacity to support you in this right now. I still love you. I still support you, but I just need to take some time for myself. And then it's super interesting too, because you have the Four of Wands over here. So this is building new foundations. This is building new structures. This is creating sort of those safe spaces that you are looking for. But the thing is you can't create that safe space that you're looking for until you do allow yourself to take that break, until you do allow yourself to stop having that burnout and stop having that, like, that go, 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 go. I have to be everything, do everything for everyone, which is also why some of this struggle, or this feeling of, like, this feeling of restriction or being trapped is because you're actually not putting up those boundaries or saying, hey, I need a break, I need some time off, I need to relax, I need a moment. Yeah, and it may take some bravery for you to release the things that you need to release, but it's like, allow yourself to feel what you need to feel. Stop feeling so restricted and stop restricting your feelings, and let yourself enter into this energy of having that time out. Of having that time out, building those new foundations, building those new relationships, building those new creative projects that allow yourself to be supported in everything that you're doing, so that you can step forward and you can shine, okay? Because you do have the sun here. And then you also, with this guy up here, you've got, like, the moon and the create your own happiness. And I just love, like, the sun and the moon, because I think this is also, again, we were talking about those, realizing that you have those ebbs and flows. One of the cycles that we have in life is the sun sets, the moon rises, the moon sets, the sun rises, and it just keeps doing that every single day. So you are allowed to be the light and be the shadow. You are allowed to have the happy days and the low days. You're allowed to be the light in the darkness, and you're allowed to be the source of the light. You are allowed to be both, because the moon also reflects light. And if we dive into the moon even deeper, there's some times where we have, like, the dark moon. Okay, there's no light in the sky. So it's like, you're allowed to be everything. You don't have to keep fracturing yourself off to try and, like, please other people. You've also got the King of Cups, and then you've got the Page of Cups. Ooh, what are you here to say? Interesting. I feel like there's one, I haven't stopped shuffling. I feel like there's one more piece of this page, this Page and King. Oh, there we go. Okay, so, okay, interesting. All right, so we've got the Page of Cups, we've got the King of Cups, we've got the upside down reversed, Seven of Swords, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Let's dive into this. Okay. It's funny because I'm like, I put these guys down first, but I'm like, I'm being pulled over to the Seven of Swords because I'm like, your luck is changing. I'm like, things are switching around. Like, things are happening. And it's like, yes, like, still be careful, still be cautious of, like, who you're letting into your life and, like, how you're letting people come in. But, like, this is, like, your luck is changing. Things are shifting for you. Things are happening. Things are, like, evolving in what? I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but it's like, there's new opportunities coming forward, okay? There are new opportunities coming forward for you to create your legacy, for you to create, I'm also hearing, like, generational wealth. And this is where, I don't know if everybody else has been hearing the word generational wealth, like, a lot and being thrown around a lot lately, but, like, it's something that sort of, in my world, has become a little bit of a hype word. But, like, this is why it's coming through for you. It's like, this is, like, your luck is changing, because, again, you're literally changing your life right now. Like, you're putting everything in place, and some of it's a little messy. If you look at the actual spread, it's not, like, perfectly lined up. Like, it's a little messy, so your life is a little messy right now. But, like, you are getting those things in place so that your future generations can be set up for knowing how to deal with their feelings and knowing how to embrace what's going on. Like, this is, like, channeling your feelings for positive results, and this is being creative with how you're doing things. Like, this is, like, again, it's almost like with the with your South Node down here, it's almost this, like, energy of, like, you're almost like taking control of your fate. You're really being like, you know what? I'm destined for greatness. I'm destined for this. I'm whatever. I'm going to like make that happen. I'm no longer waiting for it to show up. I'm no longer waiting for someone to like bring it to me on a silver platter. Like I'm going to like change my luck, and I'm going to start doing everything that I need to do, like changing my mindset, doing the work, putting strategies in place, like creating those foundations, creating those structures. But this is like, you're getting creative with how you're doing things. You're getting creative with like the relationships that you're in. You're having fun. You're bringing out that inner child. You're being silly. Where was your be silly? Yeah, like you're being silly. And then like you're allowing your feelings to, you're letting go of your feelings controlling you, but you are letting your feelings and emotions guide you, okay? And those may sound the same for some people, but there is a difference between you constantly being in this state of reaction to your emotions and letting that rule you and sort of like throw you off track. And then the difference of being like, ooh, this feels really good, so I'm going to go this way. And like, ooh, that doesn't really feel that good. Like, sorry, this feels really good, so we're going to go that way. But this doesn't feel that good, so we're not going to go that way, right? And it's funny because it's like, this is, like, it's almost like like they should have been like this, like good, bad, but they didn't want to be that way. It was like, they went where they wanted to go. But it's this thing of like, yeah, like this like the feeling restricted. I'm like, ooh, these things don't really feel that good for me, so I'm not going to follow that. But like this over here, this feels really, really good, so I'm going to go over here. And that's sort of this energy, is like allowing your feelings, channeling your feelings and following your feelings for positive results. And when you do have those like more negative emotions or those moments of like upset, instead of using them to derail you, you're sitting there and being like, okay, where were my boundaries trespassed on? Where is this triggering an old wound that I can heal and I can release from this? Like release, right? There's so much releasing happening in February. So if you're being triggered, take it as a guidepost to navigate where you want to go. If something's triggering you, being like, okay, like what can we do here? How can we improve this? How can we work on this? How can we heal this? How can we shift this? And allowing that to move you through, allowing that to like create this like, I don't know what this is, but like this like, I feel like you're like moving with, that was weird. Okay, how are we doing for time? All right, let's just see if there's anything else coming up for you. Okay, so you've got the feminine. Yeah, we've talked about a lot of the feminine cycles. So I do feel like if it's something that, working with your cycle, tracking your cycle, realizing that, so this is like little like mini time of like information. If you don't know this, but if you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't. But like, we're going to tell you because I feel like it's important for you. And instead of being like, oh, request another video or like go watch another video, I'm like, I'm just going to break it down for you right now. Actually, oh my God, this is so fun. Hold on. We can do it because we have cards, we have visualizations. So if you do not track your cycle, I would recommend if you have a menstrual cycle, start tracking your cycle. Because when you have a menstrual cycle, or even if you're in menopause or whatever, but if you have it, you're still going through that. You still go through like this roughly 28-day cycle of things changing, okay? So with the more masculine cycle, with like testosterone, their cycle is in a single 24-hour period. But with estrogen and the more female cycle, or the more like traditionally female cycle, because I am recognizing that some people do not identify as female but still have female cycles, or some, like, yeah. Anyways, you get it. With the menstrual cycle, it's more of like a 28-day structure. You go through 4 phases of your cycle. At certain phases of your cycle, you are going to feel on top of the world. You are going to feel absolutely amazing. You are going to feel sexy. You're going to feel cute. You're going to feel productive. You're going to feel fabulous. You're going to feel like you can get absolutely everything done. At other phases of your cycle, you're meant to go down. You're meant to relax. You're meant to rest. You're meant to go into hibernation. And if you can start tracking these cycles and realizing where you are in your cycle, you can actually start working with that in your life to be like, okay, you know what? This week, I'm ovulating. So I'm going to be freaking on fire with my productivity levels. I'm going to feel so good. I'm going to feel so great. I'm going to feel so sexy, so cute, so attractive. But then, you know what, when I'm in my menstruation, I'm going to feel probably a little sluggish, probably a little low, probably a little like I need to go have a nap or like rest or recuperate. And when I'm in my pre-menstruation, ooh, I might be dealing with like PMS, or I might be dealing with like super, super low moods because my estrogen levels are dropping. But when I go into like my pre-ovulation phase, then I'm going to have like I can't remember, where's the pre-menstruation? I can't remember. I find for me, my pre-menstruation is usually my pre-ovulation is very similar to my ovulation, which is like I'm building up that energy, I'm building up that inspired ideas. So this is an oracle deck called Sacred Cycles, which I just got. And yeah, so you've got like your literal phase. So yeah, so these are the 4 phases. So we have, it goes like this. You got your follicular phase, you got your ovulation, you've got your luteal phase, and then you've got your menstruation. So yeah, and you can even look here. So it's sort of like you've got your planting your seeds, you've got your creation, your motivation, you've got a little bit of going back into yourself, and then you've got like your bleed time, okay? I just did like a super rough and not actually very good explanation of that, but if you are interested in it, the book Code Red, or Go With The Flow, FLO. I believe it's Go With The Flow. It could be a slightly different title. Those are both fantastic to learn about working with your menstrual cycles. I think I'm also going to do a video when I'm more put together on this, because I think it's something that everybody needs to know. Anyways, but while I was shuffling, you also got the solar eclipse card, okay? So this is very much, for me, this message that's coming through is you are allowed to be the light and the dark, okay? You are allowed to be that merging of the sun and the moon coming together and creating something brand new that the world has never seen before. You are not meant to stay stuck. You are not meant, this is going back to that thing of like all this new energy that was coming through. You are allowed to be different. You are allowed to just go where you need to go and do what you need to do. And in February, I feel like this is almost like a whole like full year. Oh, hi, Kat. Hi. There's candles here. Can you please no. Okay, I gotta move her. Sorry. Go on. Yeah, go all the way. There you go. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for visiting. You have subtlety. Okay, I don't feel like my cat was very subtle just now. But this is like, you are allowed to go off and be absolutely everything, but you're also allowed to do it in a whisper. You don't have to do everything. Because I feel like part of you look around at the people around you who are creating around you, and they're so loud and they're out there and they're throwing everything at, like, it's sort of like they're out there and they're like, here's all my stuff, like it's almost like sometimes like the loudest person in the room is the person that's heard. But I'm getting this message of like, you are allowed to do it in a whisper. You are allowed to do it in a way that is subtle. You are allowed to do it in a way that is calm. You don't have to be anything else but you. So if screaming at the top of your lungs until someone listens to you is not your way of being, don't do it that way. You are allowed to be subtle. And I think that this is also part of this feminine that comes through, is you are allowed to do it. You're allowed to work with the rhythms of who you are. And I think that that's the big message here, is working with the rhythms of who you are. Yeah. And you got uniting as well. So this is like, and you've got Gemini, which is a twin. So there's so much coming together here. There's so much, I don't know if YouTube's going to like these images. So hold on. There is so much coming together energy. There's so much uniting and bringing together that you are going to be doing in February. So just allow it to happen. Allow yourself to move through that. But I do think a huge thing in February will be working with if you are female or if you're dealing with feminine cycles, it is dealing with your feminine and embracing that energy of the feminine. And I'm also getting a very, very loud, I need to make some videos on like book recommendations for feminine energy, and just some videos on working with your feminine energy, because I do feel like some of that is coming through. Yeah, you've also got narcissism and rebirth. So yeah, you're definitely going through a rebirth, which I think we talked about a little bit, of this like no longer putting up with like the old and the releasing of what you're going through. With this 4 of Swords as well as this reverse 7 of Swords, there is a little bit of this energy of watch out for people who are looking to take advantage of you. Just be aware of it. It's not something that you have to be terrified of, but just be aware if anyone's sort of giving you that like, oh, like I don't really like this person, or they're sort of like the using or the taking or anything like that. Like just sort of just be aware of it, because the other thing too is you are brilliant. I feel like you have a lot of ideas and a lot of things, and this is where that subtlety comes in, but like you have a lot of ideas, and sometimes people just, not necessarily, I don't know if it's like you give a lot, or there's like some people I feel like are taking a little bit of advantage of you, and that's where this is coming through. But again, you're going through this rebirth, so you're letting go of anywhere that you are being used or anything like that. So it's like, just keep letting that go and allow yourself to have that rebirth, allow yourself to step into who you are. Hold on, one more just flew out. cat hair. Yeah, you've got attraction. Okay, yeah. So this is also that, like, that feminine attraction that's coming forward, and just allowing things to be pulled forward for you, instead of you going out and having to chase it all and hunt it down or anything like that. Like, this is very much, yeah. Hold on, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna put these down because otherwise I'm just gonna keep getting cards for you. But this is letting go of the, letting in that attraction, and you've got plot. So it's almost like plot your future, plot your plans, plot the ideas of what's coming through for you, because you, the plot is there. Let yourself follow the path, follow the plot. I would also look into scripting or doing some scripting. If that calls to you, for some of it you it will, for some of you it won't. But just follow the feelings. Follow the feelings and follow the, like, overarching energy of where you're going, because you are meant to, you're destined for big things. Oh my god, that's so funny. So I just realized I was like destined for great things, and you've got destined for dopeness, and then you've literally got the destined to release here, which is like fate and all this kind of, like, yeah, there's tons of stuff happening in February that were like, I almost feel like part of that plot. Where was that card with the plot? Part of it was like pre-planned. Some of this is like stuff that you like contracted. So yeah, you've definitely got some, like, old past life contracts that are coming to a close and releasing, to opening you up into this, like, brand new world. Yeah, oh my god. And you've got the power to illuminate the world. I totally forgot that you had that, because you've got the moon, you've got the sun, like, yeah, the solar eclipse. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. There's some big stuff happening for you in February. So just, again, don't let yourself get overwhelmed. Don't let yourself get burnt out. Don't let yourself stress. Work with your cycles, work with how the moon is working, work with how things are shifting, and just allow yourself to bring that into your life in a way that supports you and builds those foundations. All right, that is everything. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if any of this resonated with you or has impacted you in any type of way, I would love for you to drop a comment, follow, subscribe. Follow along. Let me know how your month is going. And yeah, I would just love it. And if this resonated with you and you feel like anybody else could benefit from it and you wanted to share it with them, I would love that so much. Thank you. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my group number 3s. How are you? How are you going? Apparently we're starting with these ones, but that's okay. Your pile number 3, you've always got to be a little bit different than everybody else. All right, so what is your overall theme for the month? All right, so you've got radically change. I'm hearing like radical change. Yeah, you are going through some big changes, okay? Big changes. Some, like, I feel like you're like uprooting a little bit of your life here. And yeah, you've got believe in yourself, unleash your inner unicorn, and then align your intentions with your actions, okay? Yeah, you're like, okay, so like align your intentions with your actions, believe in yourself, unleash your inner unicorn. You, and this radical change, like you're disrupting your energy a little bit, and that's okay, like in a good way. Like you're causing some like sudden changes, like an awakening, like your inner truth, like you're going on this like quest for freedom, which is where this like inner unicorn is coming out, because you're sort of like, you know what? I'm going to let my rainbow hair, unicorn horn on my head, magic cape, flying on a magic carpet, broomstick, whatever, walking around with like butterflies braiding my hair, like magic wand wearing type of like whatever it is, whatever, and those can all be metaphors. You don't actually have to have like rainbow hair, but like you're letting your inner magic shine through. You're no longer dimming your light to fit in. You're no longer hiding who you are. And you're really bringing that forward, and you're searching for this quest for freedom. You're searching for this quest for your authentic self. And that's where all this change energy is coming through. Like you're restructuring your belief systems, you're restructuring your life, you're having those breakthroughs, and you're moving forward with like this new way of being like, I am the master of my own reality is what I'm hearing. You're like, I'm the master of my own reality. And this is where you're like aligning your intentions with you're aligning your intentions with your actions, because you're like, I am creating, oh, okay, that was weird. You're like, I'm creating these new realities. I'm creating this new life for me, and that's where you're aligning. So I am so fucking lucky to be me. Yes, you are. Baby girl, you are blooming. Yes, yes, you are. And the universe needs what I create. Yes, yes. I love this pile. All the piles have been good, but there's something about you. The other two piles had a similar energy, similar messages, but they were sort of like the other phases where I feel like you're fully like, I am here. I'm walking around with butterflies circling my head. Like, I am so lucky to be me, and I create my own reality, and like you are seeing the results of all the work that you have been putting into your life, which is coming so much from these aligned actions and aligned intentions and like aligned inspirations. And like, yeah, like you're seeing things differently. Like you're no longer in that like, ooh, like does manifestation work? Does the law of attraction work? Does the law of assumption work? You're like, you are seeing it and you're like, ooh, it works. It works. My ideas are priceless. Yes, they are. Again, you're really realizing the magic of who you are and how you are affecting the world. Like you are creating this world for yourself. Oh my God. This whole fucking universe is guiding me towards my desires. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But like your guide, oh my God, aligned action. Yeah. Like this is like, yeah, like this, like the whole universe is guiding you towards your desires. And it's not even like, you know what? I'm rewording this. This is not even like the whole universe is guiding you towards your desires. This is you being like, hey, universe, I'm going this way. So like drop this in my path because this is what I want. It's almost like you're guiding the universe to your desires because you're taking the lead. You're letting things flow. Yeah, I am available for miracles. I also love how like much purple and blue is happening on like this purple, blue, turquoise, teal. Like it's just the yellow and green. Like, I don't know. It's very aesthetically pleasing in my mind. But yeah, you are available for miracles, and you know that, and you embrace that, and you fully believe that. I can have everything I desire and more. Yes, yes, you can, and you know that you can. Yeah, I'm like, why am I even doing this reading? Why am I doing this? Okay, you know what? Let's go over here for a second and see. Are we going here, 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 here? Okay. So why am I doing this reading? Because pile number 3 has got their stuff together. So why? And they know it. They know what's happening. They know that they're blooming. They know that they're on the right track. Why are we bringing in? Oh, okay. So yeah, like you've been doing this for a little while. You are being called, and what I'm hearing is you're being called to teach this. You're being called to bring this forward and share it with your community, share it with your family, share it with your loved ones, share it with the world, share it with complete strangers. Like you are being called, and it can be teaching in like an official capacity of like you hosting a class or like workshop or creating a channel or whatever, sharing, but it can also be like in a super chill, laid back way of just you being an example by living your life, okay? You've got teach, you've got guide. We had guide over here. We have evolve. We had evolve somewhere else. Yeah, like with the radical change. Like this is that new. You want to come out? Okay. Yeah, and you've got love. This is that new. I'm like, what is new? But like this is your new. This is the new world that you've created, okay? And this is also why your ideas are priceless, because you are meant to share them. You are meant to evolve them. You are meant to share them with love. And this is actually going to bring more love into your life, romantic love, family love, friendships, connection, just self-love as well. I feel like you're already like on that self-love train going upwards, but like you're bringing it in. There's also a certain level of punishment here. And this is, or punish, but this is coming through as I feel like there's some level of you that's holding, this is why the reading's coming through, thank you. There's a certain level of you that's punishing yourself or feeling like you will be punished or prosecuted if you step forward with all of this, like all your rainbows, all your magic, all your butterflies in your hair. There's a certain level of like, oh, I'm going to be punished or prosecuted or whatever. And it's like, no, you're not. This is actually just going to lead you to more love. There really is more love for you coming through here. Yeah. And it's all about how you respond to people. This is all about how you respond to yourself and to your energy and to the way that the world is being built. Because the thing is your fears are 100% totally valid. Okay. And you've got unite on the bottom. But like your fears are 100% totally valid, but that doesn't mean that you let them stop you from doing whatever you're going to do. They did, like, just because the fears are valid, just because the danger is real, just because there are people out there who are going to hate everything that you stand for, it does not mean that you go silent. It does not mean that you stop what you're doing. It does not mean that, yeah, like the reverse chariot, this does not mean that you slow down your momentum. This does not mean that you stop moving forward. It does not mean that you stop aligning your actions with your intentions. It's like, just because, yeah, someone on the internet might hate you. Someone on the internet might say you have no idea what you're talking about. You have no value, whatever. That does not stop you from moving forward, because the amount of people who are going to learn from you, who are going to be led by you, who are going to evolve with you, who are going to find love, who are going to love themselves because of the messages that you have to share with the world, that is why you are doing this. You are doing this because you love it. You are doing this because the universe needs what you create. The universe needs, my cat just sneezed. The universe needs what you create, okay? So any of this fear of being punished, like, no, just tuck it off to the side. Put it away. It's like, this is your time to respond. This is your time to, like, move forward. This is, like, create everything that you want. And yeah, you're so lucky to be you. You are so lucky to be you. And there's also, like, this message of, like, the time period that we exist in right now is a beautiful time period to exist in, because you are moving into this, creating this new world, creating this new energy, and the world needs what you need. The world needs what you create, and your ideas are priceless, okay? And yeah, the whole universe is guiding you. And it's like, yeah, you've got guide twice, you've got teach, you've got evolve. This is like, you need to stick with it. You need to. And this is where that change is coming from, okay? This is where that change is coming from. Why am I still shuffling? Okay, hold on. Now, with all this, as I'm going like blah, 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 with this Eight of Wands, there's a lot going on. You might have, like, tons of deadlines. You might have, like, tons of, like, things that you're, like, let's say you are launching a business. Let's say you're like, I'm fully stepping into, like, my magical unicorn status. I'm going to start teaching. I'm going to start guiding people. I'm blooming. I'm giving the world what I need to give them. I'm moving forward. Like, I'm responding to the call. I'm evolving. I'm sharing my love. I have everything I desire. Like, I'm moving forward. I'm available for miracles. All this kind of stuff. Like, I'm aligning my intentions with my actions. There is this level of, because you've got the Eight of Wands and you've got the Chariot in reverse, there is this level of, like, you don't need to be moving full steam ahead at this exact precise second. Allow yourself to take a little bit of time to get the things done that you need to do. Like, look over the contracts if you're signing contracts. Get the systems in place that you need to get in place. I know you want to be, like, from step 1 to step, like, from 1 to 100, like, real freaking quick. But it's like, take the time to allow these things to evolve as they are meant to, okay? You don't have to rush this process, and you will actually make it less fun if you try and rush it. If you allow yourself to sink back, relax, do what you need to do, reach the deadlines that you need to reach, don't put too much on your plate, do the things that you need to do in the time that you can do them. Like, don't rush yourself here, right? You, like, Chariot in reverse, like, you don't need to rush yourself. Like, allow yourself to have it unfold naturally. Where was that blooming? Yeah, like, you're blooming, okay? Flowers don't rush themselves. You're blooming. Flowers don't rush themselves. Why are you trying to rush this? Why are you trying to do a million things at once? Why are you in this scarcity? Why are you in this fear, okay? Like, why are you punishing yourself? You don't need to. Okay? Okay? I'm going to go grab some more cards because I do feel like there's another message here for you. Well, alrighty then. Okay. Oh. Why are you rushing? Why are we rushing? Why are we rushing? Why are we rushing? Five of Wands. Five of Wands just pops out like that. Okay. Because, yeah, there's a little bit of, like, this comparison, okay? It's like, and it may be, like, you comparing yourself to other people. It could be other people comparing, like, themselves to you. It may be, like, you being like, oh, like, da-da-da-da, like, this person did it in this time period, so, like, I should get it done faster. I should get it done quicker. It's like, no. Okay, like, no, there's also, like, I feel like there's this interesting, like with the Five of Wands, there's almost this like little bit of like immaturity here of like, it's not immaturity. Thank you. It just corrected me. It's not immaturity, but there is this certain level of childhood wounding or triggering where you're like, I have to be the best. I have to do everything. I have to have it like, and it's sort of like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Like, you can do it at your own pace. You can do it. Don't let your ego put you in the comparison game. Okay? Like, don't let your ego punish you, that we were talking about. Like, don't let your ego have control here. Don't let your ego be like, don't let your ego try and rush you or do this quicker than you need to be doing it. You don't need to get it all done. This project that you're taking on is going to be massive. It's going to take more than a month. It's going to take more than a week, more than a day, probably more than a whole year. Like, not before you start seeing it, because I do feel like this is something that you're going to start seeing results fairly quickly. But like, there is a certain level of like, stop trying to make an entire lifetime's worth of healing happen in a day. That's the message, okay? And it's also this, like, stop comparing yourself to other people, okay? You don't know what type of support systems or what type of team or what type of finances or what type of, like, you don't know what other people have going on behind the scenes. Like, you're seeing, like, a highlight reel, okay? Do not judge your behind the scenes by someone else's highlight reel, okay? Like, and this isn't just social media, but this is just, like, even, like, success stories where people are like, oh my God, like, I did this. Why am I, like, flailing my hand around like this? But like, even in this, like, this energy of like, you're like, yeah, like, people can be like, oh my God, like, I'm thinking of TikTok right now, but I'm like, on TikTok, it's like, oh, I listened to this sound, like, my soulmate showed up. Okay, great. Super cool. I'm super happy for you. That's amazing. But like, and then you use the sound and you're like, well, my soulmate hasn't shown up yet. It's like, stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop comparing yourself to other people's jobs. Stop like, you can be inspired by them. You can take inspiration, but like, don't let this immature jealousy or this immature, like, well, I should be doing it just as much as they are, or I should be on the same level as them, or like, I've been doing this longer, so I should be far. Like, stop it. Stop it. Like, I want to like throw all the cards off the table, but I'm not cleaning up that mess. But like, stop that. Stop the comparison. Stop letting your ego get in the way and like influence you, saying that like you're not doing enough. No, bye. That was very hostile, or not even hostile, but like very like, I'm like, I need a little moment here. Yeah, this is a new beginning for you. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, beautiful. Okay, this is a new beginning and this is new growth. Okay, like, you got the Fool, you've got the Empress. They're both in reverse, they're both right side up. They're not reversed anymore. You're starting a new journey, and you're doing it with love, and you're doing it with growth, and you're doing it with like, most of my viewers are feminine, or identify as like a feminine energy or frequency. So this is leaning into that attraction, leaning into that inspiration, leaning into that creativity, leaning into that creation energy. This is like attentions aligning with your actions, but this is like allowing the things to come to you as they're meant to, instead of trying to force or push or drive or hustle. I don't know what that hand motion was. Why am I doing all these hand motions? Like, I talk with my hands normally, but like, this pile is like hand motions, and I'm like, whoa, I'm getting an arm workout. But yeah, this is a new beginning, and there's a little bit of this, like, allow yourself to be the beginner. Allow yourself to be brand new in this. Don't expect yourself to be the expert yet. Even if you are the expert in the field that you are in, that does not mean that you are the expert in presenting this to the world yet. That's something that's going to come with time and with growth and with expansion and with learning. So it's like, don't feel like you have, this card really wants to come out. Don't feel like you have to know it all right now, okay? I need a glass of water. I feel like I'm shouting at you. Okay. Everything I was just saying, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Don't mistake your being brand new at this as somehow you're failing. Okay? The fact that you've never done this before, the fact that you're having a little bit of a struggle right now does not mean you're failing. It does not mean you're being unrealistic in your goals. It just means that you are a beginner. You need to have a beginner mindset. You need to allow yourself to learn new things. And this is where it's like, stop thinking that you know everything and just allow yourself to let go of thinking that you have to be realistic, because it's almost like you're making this mistake of being like, oh, like I'll lower my dreams, I'll shrink my goals, I'll be more realistic. But really, you're just harping on yourself. Really, you're just not believing in yourself. Really, this is just like old negative thought patterns and like wounding that's popping up for you to release it. It's for you to clear it. It's for you to move beyond it. Again, this is going back to like this inner punishing yourself. Like, why does this keep coming up? That's why. But it's like, don't mistake your thinking, your automatic negative thought patterns are so deeply ingrained in you that they're telling you that you're failing. Stop listening to that. Stop listening to that inner ego. Stop listening to that inner voice. It's like, you can't do this. You're making a mistake. You can do it. It's just going to take a little bit longer than you think it will. It's just going to take a little bit longer than you think it will. So if you're feeling discouraged, or you're like, oh, this is like, there's too many details, there's too many things that I'm doing, and like, I'm not having it yet. Like my things aren't growing yet. Simplify it. Simplify it. Go back to that beginner mindset. Go back to learning something new. Go back into like the receiving of it. Go back into the energy frequency of it. How is it going to feel when you get it? And then go back and start again. Then go back into your project. Remember why you loved this in the first place. Okay? Instead of being stuck in that like that pattern of like, oh, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's like, take a break and go and do something, go do something that you enjoy. Okay. Go do something that you enjoy. Take a break. Go like have that, like enjoy some of what you have made. Okay. Enjoy some of what has come already. Enjoy the fact that like you're being your full authentic self. Enjoy something that you enjoy. Go out and enjoy something, instead of this like constantly trying to like, do it all. It's sort of like, give yourself a break. Allow yourself to have that moment. Like, you've been working really, really hard, and like you've been doing all the things that you have to do. And like, again, you're sort of like, well, why am I not seeing the results yet? Again, there's a level of like, it's going to take a little bit of time, and be easy on yourself. Okay. Enjoy. This is, go out and enjoy the things that you have. Go out and enjoy the things that you've made so far. Celebrate yourself. Get into a state of gratitude, and then go start again. Because it's like, if you just keep digging yourself a hole of like, I'm not doing enough, or I'm not enough, or this isn't working, or like, why isn't this happening yet? Or like, Sally Joe over there has made it already and I haven't. Like, that's just going to like be a downward spiral for you, and we don't want that. Okay. Right? Like, the whole universe is guiding you towards your dreams. So keep that faith, keep that trust, keep that knowing that like you are on the right path. It is just going to take a little bit longer than you think it will. Because it's like, you can put aside the struggle. You can put it down. You can put down like it's been a trip. It's been a trick, a trip. It's been a trip. It's been a trick. It's been a little bit longer than you think it will be. But like, you're crossing that finish line. You're almost there to flipping these around and like reaping that harvest. Okay. You're almost there. You are almost there. You're just not quite there yet. And that's okay. You are allowed to be a work in progress. Remember, hold up. Where was it? Where was it? Baby girl, you are blooming. Okay. This is the other thing too, right? Sometimes our petals are closed and they need to open a little bit, but we can't rush it. If you pull open a flower, guess what? It's not going to be like, no. Let yourself unfold naturally. Let yourself bloom naturally. Let yourself be in this state of transformation, and stop judging where you are on that transformational journey, okay? Yeah, I am evolving into my baddest self, and I create my own supersonic opportunities, okay? Let yourself be available for miracles. Let yourself take that time. Let yourself have those moments that you need. Bottom of the deck over here, you are pure magic. You just need to be reminded that you're pure magic sometimes, I think. Oh, literally I just shuffled that and that was still the same card. Cool. Okay. Did we pull from these? I don't know if we pulled from these. All right. Yeah, this is so funny. This came up for every single group today. Allow the feeling. Allow the feelings. You are allowed to experience the highs and lows, the ups and downs. You are allowed to experience it all. Let yourself experience it all. Let yourself get comfortable with feeling every single piece of you, every single part of you, and don't judge any of it as good or bad or anything like that. Like, you are allowed to feel your feelings. And explore yourself. Like, what does that mean for you? Who are you? What do you want to do with this? Because I feel like there's such a strong sense of you knowing who you are. But there's also this energy of, again, you're the beginner, you're the fool, you're going back into the start of it because you're starting something brand new, which means that there's this whole other new version of you that you get to explore and you get to learn about and you get to become Because again, baby girl, you are blooming. You are blooming, you are blooming, you are blooming. And turn off your phone. Yeah, this is the comparison. Comparisonitis. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Get off your phone and get into doing stuff that makes you feel really, really good and follow that. And plot your vision. Final one, plot your vision. You know where you want to go, write it down. You know where you want to go, make a vision board. You know where you want to go, feel into that feeling and plot your vision and know that the universe is conspiring to bring it forward to you, okay? The universe is bringing it for you. It's guiding you to it. You are so lucky to be you. Like, let yourself believe that. Let yourself believe that 150,000%. And flirt with yourself. Flirt with yourself, okay? This can be flirt with other people too, but like flirt with yourself, okay? Like love yourself. Like flirt with yourself and become that version of you. And I just keep going, but you've also got breathe. So remember to breathe. Remember to like take a break, take a breath, and just be in your energy. Yeah, and you've also got write it out, and you've also got cry. Aw, give yourself a good cry. If you're having a really bad day and all this energy that we're talking about was really hard for you, allow the feelings, cry, breathe, write it out, and then go plot your vision, okay? And then flirt with yourself. Stand in the mirror and talk about how beautiful you are. Talk to yourself and say these affirmations. Be like, baby girl, I am blooming. I can have everything I desire in the world. Yeah, and release. There's huge amounts of release that are happening for you in February. So just anything that comes up that you're like, I'm not vibing with this. You've also got smile and do something kind. But anything that like you're releasing and you're like, just anything that's popping up and you're like, ooh, I don't really like this, let go. Let go. Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. Okay, that is everything that I've got for you today. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this whole reading. Thank you so much for all the like the craziness of like this mess of what's going on here. But that was fun. That was fun. At least it was fun for me. I feel like as much as like some of that was like a little heavier, a little lighter, like we're moving. I feel like this, I don't know, I like this pile. I'm good with it. I'm also like, okay, let me take some messages for myself from this pile. But yes, if you enjoyed this, please drop a comment down below. If you want to share it with a friend or just share it with someone because you think that they could benefit from it too, I deeply, deeply appreciate that. If you want to follow or subscribe, and just follow along and come back next month or next week or whenever I post more videos. I would love to have you. I would love to chat with you. And yeah, personal readings are also available. They are down in the bio below. And yeah, talk to you later. Bye.